Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with this guy. That's me. I hope you're really well today. In today's video guys, we're looking at a classic, an apple crumble, right? So as the evenings are getting darker, colder, as we're moving from kind of summer into autumn and winter, and especially now with COVID-19, so we're not going anywhere anyway, are we? So no better time really to make this fantastic, simple dessert. So look, that being said, let's just get into it. First step in an apple crumble, would you believe, it's apples. The type of apple that I'm using is a Bramley apple, right? So it's known as a cooking apple. So first things first, very simple. And I won't make you watch the whole thing, guys, but I'm going to peel these apples, right? So, right, some sort of time lapse now, and go. I'm just going to cut the apples up. Alright guys, so we have now our pan full of our apples, our Bramley apples, okay? And then we're going to put it onto the stove now just to kind of stew for a little bit. So you're talking maybe 10-15 minutes, a low heat, just letting those apples kind of break down. Okay, I'm going to put 100 grams of caster sugar into the apples. And I'm just going to put in a zest of a lemon as well, just to give it a bit more flavor. Just going to do the juice of it as well. Okay, so a nice little handy tip actually, guys, to avoid your pips, see the pips there? To avoid the pips going into our apple, just cup your hand like this and then just squeeze it. And therefore you'll catch all the pips in your hand. Look at that, all the pips in my hand. Really little handy tip there. Quick tips. I'm going to put a small bit of dashed water in here as well. So we're just let that heat up. Alright guys, so as I said, the apples and the sugar and the lemon is on the stove and it's just bubbling away there. Lovely, so it's very happy and stuff. So now the crumble, right? So the crumble bit here is incredibly simple, right? So it's 250 grams of plain flour, okay? And for our butter, guys, you're looking at 100 grams. 100 grams of butter. You can mix this in with your hands, right? But I've got very warm hands. So it doesn't tend to go very well. So I'm going to be using a knife just to cut the butter into the flour, okay? But by all means, you can do it the other way. Alright guys, so the knife technique really does work there, right? So you can see there now, look, the butter is incorporated into the flour. Okay, perfect. Fantastic. So really, it does really come together really quickly, guys, right? So we've got our crumble mix here. Last thing to do here now is to put a bit of sugar on top to give that kind of crunchy, sweet taste, right? Okay, so I have 40 grams of Demerara sugar there, and the last 10 grams is the caster sugar. And then, simple. And then mix that around, incorporate that into our crumble mix. And actually, by not getting your hands in there, right, it just means that the butter hasn't melted into the flour, which is really handy. The knife technique is fantastic. Okay, excellent. Now, let's have a look at our apples. Okay, they are looking stunning. Let me just Look at that, there guys. Okay, so we're getting very close to actually putting this in the oven, guys.
We're getting close.
We're getting close to it, yeah, absolutely. So as you can see there.
Hang tight, guys. Hang tight.
Thank you. The apple has really, Jesus Christ. The apple has broken down there, right, to the kind of the level that I wanted at. Okay, break it down. So.
Yeah, from the 80s or something.
I'm kidding, the 80s. You know what? Huh?
Do you want to go back there? Alright, just shut up now.
I would really rather if you did shut up, please. Fantastic. For me and the video. So, what I have here, guys, is our silicone mold. That's going to be absolutely fantastic for this. First things first. What are you talking about?
I would use a hard one because otherwise you're going to have nothing to actually scoop against.
That's a pretty good point. Okay. Right. So what we have here is our tin. My wife has made a very good point to say that it might be better if we do use a hard tin instead of a silicone tin. So we'll take her advice. Now, a bit of a warning here, guys. This at the moment is like the surface of the sun. If you touch that, you will be in bits. So, top tip, don't touch it. We have our crumb mixture. Again, that's our 250 grams of plain flour. We've got 100 grams of butter, and then 50 grams of demerara sugar and a small bit of caster sugar on top of that. All right. So all we're going to do, guys, is just sprinkle it over. So the last step, guys, is to put it into a preheated oven at around 190-200 C, right? For a good 20 minutes or so, 20-25 minutes. Now, as I always say, check on it, maybe 20 minutes in, just to make sure that you're happy with the color and the consistency of your apple crumble, right? This will work perfectly on any sort of fruit that you have left over. So it could work really well with raspberries. It could. Is that what you're talking about? Pears, yes. What else? Rhubarb. Anything else?
Oh, the country comforts. You could do a mixed berry.
You could do a mixed berry, which would be lovely as well. Huh?
A frozen. You could take mixed berries in the freezer. Add some sugar. Even a little bit of liqueur if you feel like.
Jeez, look at that. You should have your own channel. So that's been in the oven, guys. 200 C for about 27 minutes. All right, let's take it out and see how we're looking. And it's very simple. Apple crumble. Get in. Okay, let's dig into this bad boy. All right, so actually it's cooled down just a little bit there, so we can. And what goes really well with crumble? Some lovely ice cream. Now, I didn't make this. Homemade apple crumble with a bit of ice cream. Done. Try it, please, guys. Really do. Make sure you try it because it really is incredibly simple. As with most of these recipes, this is the first time I've actually made it. I've never made apple crumble before. And as I keep saying, if I can do it, all you guys can do it better than me. I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna enjoy my apple crumble with my ice cream here. Let's just give it a bit of taste. Oh yeah. That's really good. Yes! That is gorgeous, even if I say so myself. Right, I'm gonna go off, finish this, give some to my wife, and Done. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, hit the like button. Share it. Share it to your mom, share it to your dad, share it to your friends, share it everywhere. It'll be fantastic. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the notification bell. So that notification bell basically tells you whenever I upload a new video. So whether it's a main video like this or as a quick tip, you'll see it first. That being said, thanks guys, talk to you soon.